Oh my god, and this is what I spoke about, by the way. I was hyping up Cyan earlier, talking about how he took down Rogue, how he took down Hero, and fun fact, we're jumping into game number 2. We're diving in mid-series here, and Cyan is up 1-0 against Classic. Let's go, Poppy, let's go. Again, these score lines, these results, they've been becoming more and more prevalent, more frequent here. Again, Cyan, Firefly, Jeshi, they've all been improving so much. And here we go. We're jumping into game number 2 and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Golden Aura. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss representing Twisted Minds, down in this series 1-0. Can he bounce back? It is Classic. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Chinese Protoss player himself, the Blue Protoss representing Mystery Gaming. It is Cyan. Leading the series 1-0, one game away from advancing on into the semi-finals. Let's go. Let us go. But yeah, it's one of those things, especially post Oliveira becoming the world champion, it did kind of light a fire under a lot of the Chinese players, and they've all been improving over the past couple of years. They've all been getting better and better. It's been amazing to see. The motivation was real, and now we find ourselves in a really interesting situation here. Cyan is looking to bring down his opponent. We'll see if he can. We'll see what kind of openers we go for. Game 1, we didn't get to cast it, but it was on Alcyone. It was on Alcyone. It was a very long game. It was 5 base versus 5 base. Maxed out armies. But here on a smaller map like Golden Aura, I expect a shorter game. I expect a much shorter game instead. As we do have a double gate opener here from Classic. 2-gate opener by Cyan as well. And with this, we're waiting for our Cybercores. Oh, my apologies. Sorry, it was a 2-gate opener out of Cyan. It was a gate expand out of Classic. Oh my god. Okay, sorry, my brain was on autopilot there. Just making an assumption. So Classic is being very greedy. Very greedy here from our Red Protoss player. And Cyan, he does scout, he does confirm. And now the pressure is on the Blue Protoss to punish this. The pressure is on. Classic opening up Sentry. With Sentries, of course, they were recently buffed in PvP. They take less damage, they deal more. So we're going to be able to hold on to our 2-base setup. Shield batteries on the way. And the power of a Sentry-based opener as well is the power of the Hallucination to scout across the map to confirm whether or not your opponent is going for an all-in. We'll see if Classic can piece this together. I mean, we'll see what comes next, I should say. As Cyan is moving out with some Stalkers. Probe is moving out towards the bottom left. Interesting. We're headed for the gold. And do we plan to take it for ourselves? Okay, no, he's checking. Okay, he's just checking the gold base. Making sure it was not taken. Hallucination gets in. We do get eyes on the Twilight Council. It's going to be Blink from Cyan. And you can see Cyan try to trade here with these Sentries, but as a reminder, Sentries, at least in PvP, they no longer tickle. Now they can hit quite hard. And they have to be respected. Let's see Cyan going for the Proxy Pylon. Now, with the Twilight Council finishing, is this going to be a Proxy Dark Shrine? Are we going for the Dark Shrine? Are we going for the Nexus itself? We have the money for it. We're going for Ninja Base. There it is. There's the Nexus. Let's go. Okay, Cyan double expanding. How do we approach a greedy economic opener? We surpass that greed. We just double down. We go for the gold instead. We'll see if Cyan can get away with it. For those that are curious, a big reason why he's doing this is because of Classic's build, because of his own gate expand. Classic does have an economic lead. Cyan has to try to bounce back. Adepts are moving out. Back at home, Blink is on the way. Blink is slightly faster here for Cyan, as he had the faster Twilight Council. Hallucination Scout confirms no additional gateways. It's only 2 gateways here from Classic. Cyan should be feeling pretty safe. And Classic is looking to expand. But again, Cyan has a faster third, and he has the gold. Has the gold alongside it. And Classic still has not checked. He still has no idea. I mean, there's no reason to. Third gate's on the way, Robo as well. Hallucination Scout is denied. Classic just now getting into his own third. And if this game goes on any longer, then Cyan will have the advantage. Does recall here to the goal base. It's fully saturated. Is up and running. And it is paying for itself. See Classic continually just checking the main base. Trying to get a read on the tech. Now, this is a little bit sus. Cyan hasn't thrown down a triangular third. He hasn't thrown down a linear third base. Classic should be checking. And he does. There we go. He does check both third base locations. He sees no third. He also sees no gateway explosion. That is suspect. And there we go. He checks bottom left. Realizing that you have to have something somewhere. So he did piece it together. Probes are going down. Ooh, this is a lot of damage. 5 workers do fall. Classic now aware of what's going on. Does punish it. And Cyan, can he hold on to that goal base? Blink is done for both players. Cyan does have a Stalker lead, but Classic has Immortals. Not just Immortals, that is a second Robo on the way and a Robotic Spay as well by getting into Disruptors. Classic tech-wise, he is just surpassing Cyan. He's on a timer. Good blinks. To avoid the trap. To avoid the army. Big gateway explosion behind this as well from Classic. He's happily mining from his 3-base setup, and Cyan does feel like he's one step behind here. Again, no Bay, no Immortal production of his own. It's Cyan is working with purely a gateway army. Classic is taking up into so much more. Not going for Disruptors, going for a Colossus. Very interesting. Okay. Now, the power of a Colossus in PvP is that it is consistent splash damage. It is a good supportive unit. Isn't as bombastic as Disruptors. Sure, true, but does have its place. It's very unorthodox. There are very few players that go into Colossi like this. We've seen Astreador, we've seen Skillus fall in love with it as well. Ooh, as we get 8 probes across the map. Oh, Stalkers, they blink into the main base as well. More workers are falling. Cyan, he's not ready for this. He wants to commit, but alas, is being pulled apart. Forced to warp in back at home. 14 probes go down. Oh my god, this is becoming too much. And we go for the recall. At the same time, Prism into the main. Army's rotating over. The Classic is now, the pressure is now on Cyan. And he does try to catch some of these units, does try to catch some army. Does get a couple of gateways. He's going for the Robos. Both Robos are going to be going down. Good pick up here by Cyan. Colossi are revealed. He doesn't get economic damage done. Not yet. There we go. Now he is. Probes are falling. Good force fields as well. He gets 7 probes, gets the hell out of there. At the same time, Cyan goes for a big warp into the main. And Classic is out of position. Pylons are going down. Robos are being denied. So we're busting into that mineral line. Nice hold position micro. Oh, Celis. Yeah, they were on an A move there onto that pylon. We do bust into the main base. Stalkers, they come in as well. They focus down that Colossus. And Cyan, has he done it? Has he barely pulled it through? Gateway City powered. And the Immortals are having a hard time engaging here. The choke point working against Classic. We have the better concave. With Classic, he breaks on through. Zealots are pushing in. Cyan trading very nicely here. We're running out of Zealots. We're running out of steam. Cyan, he's going to get the hell out of here. Forced to recall. But that was a surprising amount of damage, getting 21 probes. He killed both robos. He also killed the backup robos as well. So, never mind. They were rebuilt here at the natural instead. Colossi on the way once again. But he did so well. I'm a little bit in shock. Like, just how much Cyan had pulled off there. And now he's reinforcing. He's going once again. We still have that prism threading the main base. Cyan, he's ready for the 1-2 punch. Likewise, this time Classic is ready for the prism. Colossi are about to come out. They are about to pop. Yeah, just in time. Cyan is trying to go for the kill. He's up 20 workers. He doesn't have to. Doesn't have to. He's working his way through those zealots. Trying to get on top of the Colossi as well, but the Archons are going down. Oh, yeah, we've run out of our buffer. We have to back off. At the same time, Prism does get in. Somehow, someway, we deny +2. And +2 is denied. That's a kill in the Forge. Cyan should be cleaned up. He's got a couple more zealots, but there's not much he can do here. And Cyan is taking another base. He's taking a 5th. Personally, I would love to see robos. I'd love to see a second robo in a bay. I'd love to see Cyan use his economy to just tech. Right now, he's sticking with a gateway army instead, which is risky. He's just sticking with purely gateway units. Zealots and Stalkers. Like, the way that Cyan is playing right now is he wants to kill Classic. He's going for the kill. He wants to overwhelm. The problem here is that if Classic holds, then he's going to surpass and he's going to snowball out of control. Because of the superior army. Because of his composition, you can see now he's getting to 2 more Colossi. Prism into the main. Prism does get picked off. Like, Cyan's playing pretty all in. Like, pretty committed. Like, I understand that he's got 70 probes, that's true, but he has no tech. He has no transition. Not yet. And the longer this goes on, the better it's going to be for Classic. As now we're up to 4 Colossi, we're getting into Archons, soon to be more Immortals. Cyan is taking another Nexus. Which is all well and good. And to be fair, I want to favor Cyan if Classic pushes, but trying to break this entrenched position, like, that's going to be so difficult. You can see Cyan trying to bait the army out into the open. Does have a surround set up as well. But I don't think Cyan has enough to surround. He blinks into the main. Goes to the main base instead. Avoids the army. Zealots, they rotate over towards the 3rd base. Cyan out positioning Classic once again. Going for the Archosis Pylon. Doesn't quite get it. Yeah, he wants a Colossi instead. Going for the dive. Gets 1. Doesn't quite get the 2nd. Zealots coming from behind. Let's go. Gets the 2nd Colossus. Cyan pulling him apart. At the same time, Classic tries to apply pressure at the gold base. He's denied. And now we're going for the pylons. And Cyan, he has done it, by the way. Classic pushing on out. And this doesn't matter. Even if he kills the gold base, it doesn't matter. Not anymore. Cyan, he has such a good economy behind this. He has so many workers, so many bases. Takes control of the main. And Cyan, he's doing it again. He's going to be claiming the 2-0. We force a recall, but this army is not big enough. Not anymore. Let's go, Bobby. Let's go. Zealots are being cleaned up. We lose 14 probes, and here comes the rest of the army from Cyan, headed for the 3rd base. We're down to 2 Colossi, 2 Immortals. I was concerned that that Cyan wouldn't be able to pull Classic apart and get into the bases again. I didn't believe. But I should have. I should have believed Fabi. Oh my god. Just pulling Classic this way and that. Collapsing on the main army. Zealots, they're getting annihilated by the Archons though. But Cyan has got Archons of his own. Getting on top of the Immortals. Reinforcing. GG gets called, and Cyan will take the series 2-0. GG. Let's go. GG, very well done, very well played here. Cyan, he pops off, he takes down Classic 2-0 again. In recent weeks, Cyan has been taking down Rogue, taking down Classic, taking down Hero as well. I still don't want to say, like, coming into these series, Cyan is the favorite player, but he pops off, right? Like, when Cyan is in form, when he's hot, Lappy, he's scolding hot, you know? He's able to bring down the best of the best. Very well done. GG, well played. And with that, Cyan advances on to face off against Cure in the semifinals. Let's go.